Yo, bro, question be about me. Question be about. You know about you say Flo. Thanks for this question. Very good question. I say, what is the best rate to refinance? For example, if your rate is 6% now. What is the best rate to refinance? For example, if your interest rate is 6%.
I mean, I think that, straightforward. I mean, this is not opportunity. There's no opportunity for her to refinance, right? Because the rate is now, the current market is between 6 and 7, depending on your credit scores and then the bank, because there's a lower rate that banks can give, right? The government has nothing against, lower rate, but there's also a cap as which the free market can push. If you fall in hands of those who are going to push higher, the law allows it. And so this time part here, I don't just say, 6%, it's not a good time for you to refinance. And the rule of thumb, I always advise people, say, the only time it makes sense for one to refinance their mortgage is when they are going to save 3/4 of a point. 3/4 of a point, for instance, you know about fraud year or 6%. If so, because of 5.25, which is 5.25, then it's going to be
5.25. Yes.
Yes.
Quarter. Yeah.
Yes. So that means we'll shave 3/4 from her current way, but we'll be able to say, we'll save you 1/4 of a point, 0.5 percentage. They are just ripping you, because refinancing a home comes with a closing cost. Yes, depending on the magnitude of your loan, they might show you $200. Say, 1/4 of a point, maybe you are saving $100, or 0.5 percentage, you are saving $200. But the question is, okay, I'm saving $200. It can pay my phone bill or my utility bill, but how much is it going to cost me to refinance?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which in this case, if you have equity, and I said equity can come in form of your down payment, and I said, 2 years into equity abem. They're going to lie to you. Oh, you don't have to bring any money to the table. Everything is covered. Do you know or other end in there? One no refinance yet. Said they would of you. They cash you, they walk away. But they are not going to be transparent with you. So, we'll go over spending 10,000, 15,000 to refinance your home. And so if you look at saving $200, how long is it going to take me to recoup that $15,000? And so me as an agent, when I'm sitting here, anytime somebody comes to me, I play the numbers. Even rate there's a buy down where rate near 6.5%, but make me add S amount of money about to take it to maybe 6.25%, 6%. But I always reason with my client to say, how long is it going to take you to recoup this 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 the bank is taking? Because if you are not going to reap this money in a short possible time and interest rate drop and you are going to refinance a bank no agini sika okoda da. Until when you are buying the end, I will say when you have next year any beyond now, I think the rate will come in the mid-5. Yeah. But ideal in Ukraine, I always say drop a whole point. Say 6% and menko 5. Not, wire financing. That's where I see you're going to make your money. And lastly, me pacho refinancing so also bisa say, what is my future outlook for me and my family? Because I make refinancing and the class I drop it. Now make refinancing. Now me say 2 years time if you make ton. Now me refinance saving myself $200, or let me saving $300. But me koton in the next 2 years, me ton save ye. Now some me spend 10,000, 15,000. You do the math and see say okay, in 2 years time and next year me koton fee no. Sa refinancing money no. Sa ta me recoup me money na. And it's a one means I don't know so now. You just think about $200, $300. Now people who refinance now, or down who ton so and also what to secure. And there are so many things when it comes to refinance. one need to factor it in. Manuel Nana.
Bro, we the some can be a hit me pepe da. Refinance we had a year or two now to that it be hit me pa. Na me o cano now can when a the in saa nneɛma nketenkete wobɛka sɛ ɛnyɛ wei nti na wɔsi hia this education na wɔsi ɛma wei no because sometimes refinances woanhwɛ a wohu de bia ne yɛtu sika gu woka sɛ even koraa sɛ ɛcosto bi a bɛyɛ 15,000 koraa to refinance ne a year. How long is it going to take for you to recoup? Now wobɛnya 200 every month koraa na me check is 200 every month that means 75 months asa na wɔatumi recoup saa sika no which is about 6 point something years. Saa nneɛma nketenkete nyinaa no sɛ nyɛ education bi sɛ a bɛyɛ de ehu saa nneɛma no nyinaa na sɛ edi mika ne akɔ refinance na te sɛ ɛhɔ no sɛ de na woka na bɛsi ebi yɛ me ɛnkyɛ bi a kyɛ kakra deɛ thank you your sister no say yeah thank you thank you also if you have more questions yeah ɛnkyɛ bi a kyɛ kakra metɔ your friend say na yɛkɔtɔ fie ba yɛde ne nim sɛ ebi a yɛbɛ free mu but all of a sudden na wɔ sɛ ebi a yɛ free ade no. And steady, even though no, it wasn't much, right? It wasn't much there, but steady and Casas can crown, can between the two, I saw the next house, no, or down payment near the baby. Yeah, we lost about if I said 9,000, it was hard in Hong Kong. No, Sank skank if free, cabinet at that, die by Consul Cotono, I'm a Usika Costro. Now, question back, I mean, so, but will be any question be any question be idea, or question I'll be to me about, be to me a bricky. Na uka so question be more to so nka sem wi kura na ba ko ameso mechanics question ba ko amebisa no say refinance right say you refinance no say na what say refinance see refinance because minim see your community ne de see your refinance ya mostly no bia ya kwa refinance e de asakọ kugina either say one you just carefree and as two you refinance ya you say kwa akiri a drop here quickly. Nana I'm so called a back now. Yo, your finance is at me itofie the year 2010. Ebia metime tua medru metua be say infancy 2020 2020. No ma core finance no ma say 30 years na start bi mu ana. Is it a good idea? And I said sena was it refinance here? Because I said dan yenye address is e betua wi da. Ti bia no because as I said, we share the rate. Metimi aye dan aba besi bia be 10 years metimi se metui kakra na afikra na hwe a omotimi aye rom ho agigi omo interest na wi an cafe de nka me na principal no kra be ba me ho mo no na afima sa core finance asa atwe 30 years bi. Is it a good idea? And I say sena we can afire no so ho amaye.
But that's a very good question. So the answer is simple, right? We refinance, what is the reason why we are refinancing? And most of the time when people are refinancing, there's two questions that comes to mind, right? Either one, they want to make sure say ABI and the current payment, especially in this environment, rate higher, ABI and the payment no into one or percent or reduce the payment. And then two, the second option why people refinance, which is the most important one, is that send me the $3,000 echo mortgage company and can be rate 6%. ABI emu $2,000 echo interest. But some refinance na interest rate ni drop but the 3,000 echo woma. Now all of a sudden you go to see ABI $1,600 and echo interest. And in terms of terms needed, say o refinance na rate na conform na say offer say wa ho odi betumi I maintain the same payment no probably maybe I in 25 years that will put you there. But I always say there's no rule of thumb say the utia no na utia. And the most of the important reason two reasons I can either one to make sure say less interest is going right. And then two, to make your payment affordable now. And it's why refinance one. That means now utia mortgage more is going to go to the principal. Into what 30 the first say what 30 on the books doesn't necessarily bind you say continue to stretch the loan to that effect. You can pay more. Imagine say emra rate year 60, me 3,000. Me refinance am 30 rate no 5 no. Now me 25. Not 3,500 me 3,000 me okay. No, I don't have to do anything. I can afford a 3,000. Until you keep making the same 3,000 payment. And so what are you doing? In a given year,
Nana or question. Meaning say, oh, the better chat Nana so kasa be nekasa Nana.
Right.
Nana the question about Nana ko. We cheaper.
Hello.
Yeti.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to say, like, if you are going through the mortgage process in the year, who enough money in your account doesn't make any difference in terms of mortgage, like mortgage processes.
But you also say if we go through mortgage process, not say we need enough money, and I say oh enough money.
Hello.
Yeah. But you also say oh enough money, account man, and I will be saying I say we need enough.
So be friendly, Fable.
Who say?
Hello, but you're not much guy.
Yeah, too, me say. What say? Who go through mortgage process now? Oh enough money, and I will be saying say oh enough.
Yeah. Is it like if you have enough money in your account, does it make any difference?
Okay, but on your question.
Oh yes, Mesakana. Yes, it does make a difference because always there are 4 documents are normal on visa. These are the prime document. They ask for your 2 years W2s, which is if we be a normal worker, your taxes are W2. The exception is 1099. Woma yentu taxes in the then they're going to request your 2 years taxes and W2s because in that case, woma W2 now they take their income from their taxes. And yes, one of the documents that they source is your 2 months bank statement. Into 2 months bank statement, why do they want to see it? They want to see a transaction now. You have your down payment and closing costs. Do you have the money for both? Or sometimes at a bare minimum, lenders know say, oh, if you run into your closing costs, either or a portion. Until you can get a bypass on that. But they want to make sure that at least with down payment, and as some of these banks are making, have about 5 different banks from the Virginia Housing to other banks Womama grant. Some of these grants, depending on your income, it can pay all your closing costs. Into a bank or grant or the amount, it can pay your closing costs. But they want to make sure, say, okay, if down payment that you have it. And so, yes, having money in your account, it helps. But sometimes not if you don't have money at all, and then the bank offer the grant and you are going to do 100% there, then if the bank analyze it and realize, okay, yeah, we're giving you how do you call it, $7,500 as a grant, and we have 100% program, you are buying a 350,000 home, 7.5 can pay your closing costs. Then they will say, so, okay, we'll be able to qualify you. Or sometimes some of this 100% program now, they also put in a cross, say, okay, we would like to see 2-month reserve. If you don't know, your amount grant, you are also doing 100%, but at least a person with 2 months mortgage payment sitting in your account. So overall now, I think having money sitting in your account, the more you have is better, but any money sitting in your account is very helpful.
Yeah. Can I ask the question too?
Yeah, King David, go.
Yes, sir. All right. So this is Wokasiana. It just popped into my head, right? So if you have couples, right? Okay. And then offshore income wise, right? Both couples, you all make a decent amount of money. So one person can call if Mokoye will be alone, all right? Like how much you guys qualify, and say one person qualify for 700, the other person qualify for 600. So well, a house now you're trying to buy now. I don't know, so it's about 550, right?
Mm-hmm.
At your because Africans, especially what I've seen is say, right? Is I know say it's advisable, right? Say, one person can buy it, right? Now on all the income at all, right? But on the I know say the house, right? The deed, right? The other person name can be on there. But I have seen situation whereby even back as a share. Okoto dina no the loan but I back as the loan the loan so right. Can you throw more light on that? I don't know if my question is clear.
Clear. Bro, I mean, starting with
Okay.
Okay then.
About my experience, I mean, who say, the American kakran is when it comes to finance, that nyama no say, you need to be in TSA. Se kumu asama worry, ebiana in say situation, tibiana more worry by be a neat way so. But some more worry, no crown, sometimes say, some more worry, namu kruma. It doesn't matter the need that the fee so. Say our jayba from a fee to 41K to DND a pepe, a bit pepe. It is sometimes no, yeah, especially in Myanmar, yeah, munya butre kakra. Oh, because King David I say more okay. Ebia, near no crowd, near this, ebia crowd muni decent. Ebi crana bako, fall off kakra. Until we say more the bako crowd in the toa. Eh, ubu beti mamo matna watch home man so said they be all trainer. Ebia ne dia so cry and sana in na kabu mato. Anabi bisa. Sometimes in yabutre so far as more worrying quadie. A system be a bar. Bibia ye pepe and a woman mu fi se bia menim se nyame mfa sa ma se bi kra na bi divorce na babu so dimrika no akoyi bibia fa nchen no afa bia ono de no de ahye nchen judge ne be sa ma wakotwe sa from that time be sa kwa wasa akotwe sa ne ma na begum na ma chen pepe nti hono de ya nya abutre kakra wo sa no na common law class no se bi kra mu ware wo ha na se bia mo fi se ma yo fi na mo tia ne common laws ne ade na e ba ni sa ne ma ne bibiri ne bi wa ye nim laws ne ade ntini ye tia na another one so abetimi ayen say obetimi de your friend is saying said you can ba koto na ba deed no that's why the same though you are not on the mortgage but we deal deed no so it's still the same just the mortgage na din na so and no crown say biba na mu jai na usimi explain here still na mo dia mortgage so ka ho no bro fatwa so the ho na person man na ofa odi en ka ho
and one him what can you pepe it's just a little bit to say the nana kan na sometimes where the problem even lies is when say credit back is 750 back is 680 and so back on the person also balloon you are pulling the whole family down because between 750 and 680 is huge. That means 680 is going to do FHA loan. And FHA loan, the terms and the conventional loans, in each of the loans,
difference.
The higher credit score, the better it is. And so in that scenario now, like Nana said now, come to an agreement and then use one. And then one party, yani animals unto fear now if you now so palace as a what me to did so I'm to fear, but me owner fear so. I don't have to be your partner. For me to did in Sukeke. Uton fear now, or Michelle. And he said, the work once I would did in you are equally entitled for it. But like he said, now, what am I warrior? Virginia, where in Virginia, the whole America.
Yes, so many states.
And Virginia, one hour for the special hour for the it's a title state. A title state means what I'm more than so many than so 50% share.
Yeah.
Unless you are able to prove otherwise, if you are the menya with you. No share. And common even dwelling a crano. This not we are not talking about our racism, but we no be keke. Say apart from a say relationship, almost now. No na address fa ho ne ade also wo pamono no ope obone a odu kodina kote aketesi me na tena mfie mienu nie me ne tena bra wa boni enti me pese me claim on this aketesi this abrante if judge no approve say ampa what ho no ma the judge can claim something for them not even a fee
yeah
enti when it come to sanjuma na we have to be very very what is truth from lies because there's so much things crofo ke kan mo this e kan crofo fie bom eh na edan ya wo de oyidi din kwa akoto edie eh oba din dada so eh ye ene se dan obetu afirim eh wukun na wo jawa na wo fada no ene anom let's be rare ekura minumi ne abetinumi eh different from baby you fi ena hanom se wo din the deed ni so a there's no way our partner no obetumi akwaje equity. There's no way between me turn down without you signing off on it. Let me put it here. I had a list. Nipa na wu. This is our for nipa no sebio. Nipa na ko wo overseas. What them say still. You do time the other party ni turn down no kra no. Aye manso. Almost no. The real estate law just say some document be just nipa na wagu no ne ma bi anase odi na ade ne agia to mo say the otiase ne to be ton fie na even though there's a death certificate better than no man in tonda. That is how strict the law is in this country. And so if the wagu kra ne ya ton da kra ya manso then the other party no so ne din wada no so yes no there's a document that also proves say the surviving a hearse no are agreeing to this person to feel. How much more say wow what you say? Ma ye worry e was anyo man no ma no asi nana.
Yo Kwaku, thanks for joining me. Uni e bedidi ana. Kwaku.
Oh, Kafra.
Uni e be burala.
Kafra.
Ne Kafra say, "Wa ba ye kwada o be ko. Wa bra yi dey."
O de ani aba.
Odi aba. Thanks for joining. Yeah, you know, yo. What question?
Question be am bisa.
Yo. Before so be connect, you know, sa nneema we na ma fi bebre omuntimi improve. Omo ay stagnant because we fi say say bibia ye be che ne pepe kokot ni ade a na we nye paper sem a ne say bia please yeah sometimes sa nneema ntibo na omo obi sisiu nye yi bia so far as amu we na mu na ye dia ne de ye pepe yo broko.
Now, come on.
Okay, so there's a young guy I think so in the late 30s. Now, a person on the first house. But a person who used to the 401k sika, I think that he was saying something about a little over 40k. A person on withdraw. That nobody be out with it to do whether the closing or down payment. Is it advisable?
Yo. Me the to be honest, I had the mini less be differ from me. To say it's good to disagree to agree. The end product is we will be able to see a fast akono. Me the 401k wouldn't start touch you are robbing your future self, right? Because one time it always I don't know then I'm robbing from my future self. The 401k, the whole idea of 401k for your retirement. Yes. Some plans allow ultimate tiki for your home, which is ubeting a tiki. When your penalty be also. So when to me improve say ebia bibisa or now we should the rate at that 401k no so I say it makes sense because of penalty and the taxes. It is a wiska emphasis a wiska that's is kind of 70,000 a year. Penalty and interest any taxes and kwana fee be 30,000 let's say 40,000 I'll be fee. But they said you can no withdraw na say or qualify for I tell them kind yes we between qualify for we between issue 401k and the other fee we qualify for that. And we qualify but me to me I don't think say we could down na say we go through the 401k in this manner you are ready. People like this no say over struggle we thought we are over struggle. My advice is say we make sure say we go through the right channel say to me the right channel say or at least we reduce down your debt now or at least 6 months of living expenses say every busumi be am use it be 2,000 and run me fear it was at least 12,000 at and sana my pay me down payment kakra as a 3.5 percentage of the fee or whatever it is. No, many no I'm closing down. So me to fee me ma set cause our route no say if you for one my advice would be that sana me meka minia me need din ko would differ from that. Say okay in per year in the share the right way out be drew or any here. It brought also far there to so ha.
Yo, Medas, the other question about it. So I think it's a I will always going to differ, of course, because what is retirement, right? And what is buying home? If you're an investment, and if your 401k is what is going to help you to achieve yes, it's not something unique that has to do with we even as minority, because 401k in the ground, you krum 401k no 401k no you beto akwasibro ni krum enti kwasibro ni kra no na wano a create aven say who ko to fi abegibi, right? Enti say if eno na bebo obi dia, yes, it's a very good thing, because 401k, like Nana said now, is for your retirement. When you're buying a home, yes, your day-to-day, she said, it's also about rentier. Oh, rentier said, there's no feature for you. But who told you now? Whether said maybe depending on your age, you might be able to finish paying. Into who turn we are young, no remark. Depending on your age. And it said if you wait to a piano in 10 months, like for instance, if every year piano, so you have 10 months of your mortgage, you have extra 1 month, you drop your payment to 23 years. However, so we income here now we mortgage would to me in double no the 2 count instead of paying 12 months, we pay 14 months. In 16 years now, you finish paying for your home, right?
That's
and
how
right. And so at the same time, no, if you finish paying for this woman, well, your initial 20,000 and now 30,000 now you free or 401k anymore. You realize that through that, you've been able to build another wealth for you. So if that's what you need to do, I think that it's not a bad idea at all.
But I mean, follow up bill. Okay, say ubetia be a fan 13 months instead of 12 months or 14 months instead of 12 months. How would you do the calculation? Now, is it or principal no or principal no divided by whatever? I mean, what's the formula?
Right. So one of the easiest way, most of the mortgage companies now, even when you pay more than how much you're supposed to pay, 90% of mortgage company automatically they send you to the principal. If I say you have 3,000, now the 100 come automatically, no, woman say abroad, so I'm going to call or principal name. But in a situation whereby you want to do bulk, ABR, depend on how your finances is. But we are at this point, I can say, yeah, will be your mortgage be now what we are the month of December, they are preparing to go pay July in next month. And what we are by 15th, what we are June, not June, after sending 1 month, you send that particular street, you instruct them, say, me extra 1 month, apply it to just principal. We'll send the they will apply it for you. And that is one of the ways you can do it, or you can set it up in such a way that share payment so online. There's a portion I see pay extra. So what's setting auto pay? What's setting monthly payment? No, not extra. Now so office $200. What's setting? And so on.
So next time, you better illustration at Chomo. May I be and me because sometimes I'm on for you think you log in next time no you log in no so
yeah, but that is one of the ways
that side now what is very important because one percent also one with the tip principal no so extra be an connect tip principal no so